biggest struggles I see aspiring leaders make is in their thinking ability. The more you advance in your career, the greater the importance in your strategic thinking ability. So when it comes to becoming a strategic thinker, how do you become a more strategic thinker? It is recognizing that instead of being a hard worker, now you need to change your identity to become a harder thinker than you are a hard worker. And you see, we've been programmed to believe that we need to work hard, to work with discipline, and to be a hard worker. You've been programmed with that, regardless of your cultural background, because the school systems, the corporate systems are churning out people with that mindset. You got to work hard. You got to prove yourself. You got to show and demonstrate your worth. And that is all in implementation. But if you desire to advance, it's not about being a hard worker anymore. It's not about being a diligent implementer. It is becoming a strategic thinker. So if you desire to be strategic in your thinking, you got to recognize that there are 3 levels of thinking and learning. The first level of thinking is tactics. So tactics are down here. Think about tactics. Tactics are the short term. They are the what to do. What do you do right now? And as you know, in any situation, there's many things you can do. The individual action step. There's so many things you can do. So many minutiae, the details of what you can do right now. That's tactics. All the different tactics. Now that's the lowest level of thinking. If you only think on tactics, then you're going to be participating in trial and error, in trying a bunch of things. You're going to be participating in a lot of checklists, to-do lists, and very short-term thinking as well, tactics. So the next level up from tactics, the next level up of thinking is strategies. Strategies are a little bit longer term compared to tactics, and strategies are, how do you know which tactics to use? How do you know? When you know the strategy, when you think on the strategy level, more strategic, then you're going to be able to choose the right tactics to do right now, depending on our situation or depending on the timing of things. So this is a higher level of thinking. It's a little bit longer term, but there's still one more level. So you go from tactics to strategies, and the strategic thinking, the higher level of strategic thinking and learning is principles. Principles is understanding, well, what are the strategies that are appropriate to implement right now? And that guides the tactics all the way down. So if you want to be a strategic thinker, what you do is you look at the principles of what worked. Take examples from your life right now, all the best wins, the successes, the achievements you have, the biggest ones that you have, and work backwards, reverse engineer. What are the principles that you did implement that helped you to achieve that success? Because most people don't even think about this. Most people, they get a win, they put it on their resume and they talk about it. And they just talk about the end outcome. They were able to save their company a lot of money. They were able to save time. They would hire the right people, build a solid team, and so on. They focus on all these great things. And then now when they come into a new environment, a new company, for example, a new team, then they don't really know how to talk about their success. They don't really know how to convey their value. And that comes from being able to think on principles. So those are the 3 best habits of highly influential people, because you influence people based on your insight. The best insights come from principles, not from tactics. You influence based on the level at which you think and the level in which you learn.